I haven't done this in a while. This is weird. I haven't gone live from Zoom into Facebook for a while. I
Yeah.
used to do it all the time, but
Yeah. They
here we are.
they change their like tech every now and then and make it harder for us, but
So, Kylie, my
yes.
friend of Birthworker, the Birthworker podcast, and birthworker.com, you did a free workshop for my community
I did
yesterday, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
And first of all, it was amazing.
Thank you.
And it was long. You were like on there for a long time,
Yeah.
dropping so much great information. But the feedback, I've been getting all these messages, and people are like, I want to talk. Oh my God, my offer stack. Let's talk about my offer stack.
Love it.
And it was so good. And so I figured I'd have you come on and we could just talk about it a little bit. And it's so cool because you call it an offer stack. I always talk about it in terms of a ladder.
Yes.
Your clients start here and then you help them come up here and they do this. And so anyway,
Yeah.
but the other thing is I'm getting messages like, oh my God, I can't believe you had Kylie on. I thought you guys were like competitors and I'm just over it. Like
Yeah.
we're friends. And it's like when I started my postpartum doula business 15 years ago now, there was another postpartum doula in town. And I was like, coming from an advertising background, I was like, okay, she's my competitor. I have to position myself against her. And then I was like, but actually, kind of want to ask her a few questions. Like now she's one of my best friends. And so same with you.
Yeah.
I saw you starting this online business helping doulas and I was like, "Yes, that's what I'm doing too. Let's collaborate and not compete." Or so anyway, I've
Yeah.
always am cheering you on and
Thank
it's cool to, I don't know, it's cool to know each other and talk to each other and
Yeah.
things.
And the truth is that we're both thriving.
Yeah.
Neither one of us we're not competing with each other. When one of us succeeds, it doesn't mean that the other one did bad that year, or
Right.
it doesn't work like that. And
Yeah.
even with doulas, only 10 to 20% of moms are hiring doulas, probably less than that. So it is not a tapped out market. It is not like one person wins, the other person loses.
Right.
It's just not like that at all. I totally understand why people think that way. And like you said, you thought that with the other doula
Yeah.
in your area. And I thought that at first too. I was like, there's no way that I can be successful because somebody else is already successful. But obviously, we're proof that's just not true.
Yeah. So it's like I always say, in your town, how many babies are being born? So like the 10 doulas in your town, that's never enough to cover the
Yeah.
thousands of babies being born. So you and I are both business coaches for
Oh my
doulas.
gosh.
Like,
Yeah.
God, there's 100 new doulas every Monday morning, I say,
know.
after a weekend of doula trainings, which is what we wanted to talk about. The fact that your weekend doula training is great and necessary, but like we have to lose this expectation that then you're ready to just be a successful doula.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did that expectation come from that
I don't
a 2 or 3
know.
day training would be like enough?
Yeah.
I had that expectation too. And I know I did a 3 day weekend training and it
Mhm.
definitely lit my passion on fire. I was fired up, but I had to go home and actually do the work. And a lot of those 3 day trainings, I would say every single one of those like weekend trainings, there's just not enough time, like
Right.
just period. There's not enough time for them to actually get into how to actually do this work.
And then also like how to make a website, how to start
Yeah.
an email list, like how to register your business with the state. There's just so much
Yeah.
to owning a doula business and being successful. And there's no way you could cover that in 3 days or 4
Yeah,
days.
yeah. And what I did, we did some similar things when we were building our businesses, but something I did, and I'm sure you did this too, which is you had to almost like patch together everything. Go take a course on websites, go take
Yeah.
a course on Instagram, go take a course on a podcast, go take a course on email lists, go take a course on courses. And there was nothing really like an all-in-one place for doulas to go and learn all of that stuff. And
Right.
at the end of like my first couple of years, I spent tens of thousands of dollars. Now I've spent hundreds of thousands, but that's okay because, it's good to invest in your business. But that's what I want. I didn't want doulas to have to do that, to have to go like piece together, patchwork together how to actually grow their business. Just imagine it all in one place. So
Right.
much easier.
Which is what you have created.
Yeah.
and why I love, like, I'm doing what I'm doing, but then I'm like, oh, go see Kylie for all of this. And you covered that in the webinar along with so much more. And then you had this great offer for my community. So can you tell about the
Yeah,
offer? The
absolutely.
offer?
Let me tell first about the workshop, because if you guys
Yes.
haven't watched the workshop, it's literally brand new. It was the first time I ever ran it. And basically what I did is I walked through the 3 steps to growing a thriving doula business. I'm not going to go into it. I'll just tell you it has to do with creating amazing offers, growing your audience, and then the missing piece for a lot of birth workers is what we call a funnel. And basically what that means is we have the offers on our website. We have our community, maybe like social media or Instagram, but how do we actually get those people in our community to buy our packages and to hire us? So I went through, it was like an hour and a half workshop on all of that. But at the end of the workshop, I announced that we created a brand new all access pass, which is essentially an all access pass to every single program that we offer. So everything from becoming a doula, learning how to support birth without bringing your own baggage to the room, some of that foundational stuff, and then all the way to the end. So, how to become a childbirth educator, how to create your own course. We give you a curriculum that you can use, how to build your website, social media, how to launch courses, like literally the A to Z. No matter where you are in your journey, if you're like just starting, this will give you everything. And to be honest, even if you're like fully booked out in person, that's amazing, but still jump into this program because the program's going to teach you how to work less and then scale your business in other ways that don't require you to be on call 24/7 every single day all year.
Yeah. And it's an amazeballs deal.
Yeah.
And back to the workshop, I just put the link to the replay for people that want to watch it. You said it was going to be an hour and a half, and
Mhm.
then and it was like so jam-packed with good info, like you were teaching the 3 things. Then you stayed on for another half an hour doing the Q&A, like answering everybody's
Yeah,
questions
the best
about
part.
all, which was just very generous of you. And I love doing that too. I know you do too, but that's I think rare, but I know you get jazzed up by engaging with awesome doulas. So it was just really nice of you to add that on. So my point is, everybody, if you weren't there, go watch the replay because it was so good. And and this is the kind of thing after you finish your doula training, you have to go to workshops like this, watch them online, continue your learning in all areas of birth and breastfeeding and business.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
another cool thing, I think why we get along is we became doulas, got really nerdy and into all the things birth and postpartum and breastfeeding and all that. And then both of us, for some reason, got then turned on to the business stuff and got nerdy about that.
Yeah, we're rare. We're a rare breed because a lot of people who are obsessed with birth, the business stuff doesn't come very naturally. So we're definitely a rare breed, but I love that I found you. I
Uh,
wanted to tell you that as I was going to sleep that night that I did the workshop 2 days ago, I literally said to my husband, today was a perfect day. If I could do this exact day over and over again, it's like literally the perfect day. And it was because of that workshop was so fun. So everyone go watch it.
I said the same thing because I went to yoga in the morning. I took a walk. It was a beautiful day. You did the workshop. I was there. And then, like, I think I did a coaching call in the afternoon. And I was like, that was just perfection.
Yes.
And and the other thing that we have in common is like scaling your business, taking it online. How, I don't know, 60 doulas were on that call. Like we were helping 60 doulas at one time versus when I was just a little postpartum doula. Not that there's just anything wrong with this, but I reached a point in my business where I was like, I want to help more than one doula a day.
Yeah.
And that's why one of the reasons, well, a lot of my days now where I'm having more of an impact, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah,
And I,
100%. And we're actually out there like using and utilizing what we are teaching the doulas we're working with, which is also
Mhm.
so cool. So when you join the All Access Pass, you will actually learn how to do things like this, like collaborate with other people and host workshops and create
Mhm.
offers and funnel your dream clients to the right place. So we're like out here every single day, like proof that this works.
Yes. Yeah. And you just got back from Costa Rica. That's
Yeah.
another thing we have in common. Like we love to travel and work
Yeah.
anywhere all over the globe.
Yep.
My son's going to Costa Rica next month to be a lifeguard for a month. He just graduated high school and that's what he's
So
going to
cool.
do. Yeah. Anyway, I know you love Costa Rica, so I had to share that.
Yeah. Every time I go, I start looking for houses there. I'm gonna move here. Maybe one day.
Maybe, but yeah, I do that everywhere I go. I'm on
I
Zillow.
know.
What would it cost? How
I
can I live
know.
here? I want to
There's
live
something
here.
wrong with us.
I think that's a very common thing. What else? What am I forgetting in the web? I feel like there's something I'm forgetting about the webinar. You talked about the offer stack
One of the things
and
I did in the webinar while you're remembering what you were going to talk about is
yeah.
that I shared a ton of stories, success stories of doulas
Yes.
who've done this, because my main thing is that I don't want you to just go copy someone else's business, because I've done that in the past and I ended up having a business that I freaking hated. And who cares that it made money? Like, I hated my life. It's not worth it. One of the things I did is I shared all these different stories of people who grew their business in different ways. Some people create doula agencies, some people created memberships, some people sold courses, some people did virtual coaching. And that's really the magic with those 3 steps that I share in that workshop, is that those are the puzzle pieces, but you get to decide like how you want to pull those together and what you want it to look like for you. And hopefully, fingers crossed, your home life and your self-care are always going to come first, and business is going to be a part of your life, but not your entire life. That is my goal.
Yes. And I think that is just the beauty of the internet, that it really gives doulas a lot of freedom. There's so many things. I'm always saying this in my doula village. Like there are a billion different ways you can create your business,
Yeah.
whether it's hybrid, like that's what I wanted to say.
Mhm.
That because I've been talking about this a lot lately. You don't have to go do a fully online business,
Not at all.
because so many doulas I talk to like love birth, but
Mhm.
they can't go to 6 births a month, which they need to do to pay their bills. But they would love it if they could just go to 1 or 2 and then have income coming in. I think that like hybrid model is the wave of the future.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably what 80% of my students are doing. And the other 20%, they're probably doing only online because they just had a baby, or they're
Right.
doing only in person because they're still trying to set up their online
Yeah.
stuff. But you're right, like most of the people are going to do a hybrid.
Yeah. And then you can just change it.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
you're having a
Whenever
baby.
you want.
Yeah.
And that's the blessing. We're trying to conceive right now. And the really cool part is that you're building a business that can pivot with your lifestyle and like what you want to do. If I want to take a year off next year, I can. And I have the money coming in because I've built the online part of my business. If,
Right.
when I have a next baby and they're a little bit older, if I want to only support births in person and slow down my online business, super easy pivot. But if you
Hmm.
don't have that online aspect ready to go, for instance, if you're a doula only doing postpartum support and you get pregnant, you're going to be like, guess I got to stop working. Guess I got to stop making money because you don't have anything else. So it's really important to at least build a system and get all of that in place, because then you're able to pivot really easily.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, I love everybody's got to go watch this replay. I'll put the
Yes.
link in again. Check out the bundle offer that Kylie's offering because it's only available through Sunday at
Yep.
midnight.
Yeah, watch that replay. I left all the settings on the video. So if you click to the link and go to the replay, you can even speed it up if you want to listen to it while you're cooking dinner or something.
Yeah.
You can absolutely just put it in. You don't have to watch the screen. So watch it
Yeah.
before Sunday, everybody. By the
Yes.
way.
Go watch it now. And people are, Cassandra just commented that she loves your podcast. She binge listens
Aw,
to it you
thanks.
weekly.
Oh
So
my gosh, thank
that's
you.
awesome. Yes. So go find Kylie on Birthworker, the Birthworker podcast, birthworker.com, and all the things. Instagram. I don't know if you saw, but I put up a post this morning that was a little spicy. And I was like, I think it's because I know I'm talking to Kylie's the queen of spicy Instagram
I
posts. So,
am.
oh, sorry. My teenager just got home and is blasting his music in the driveway. So thank you for taking the time to come talk to my peeps again. Thank you for doing the workshop. It was so good. Every doula needs to go watch it right now. And I hope that I see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll be in my Instagram DMs all day until Sunday while this offer's open. So if you guys have questions, you'll find me. I'm everywhere. Pop over to Instagram and send me a message.
Awesome. Thank you, Kylie.
You're welcome.